Modern films are pretty forgettable, aren't they? Even if you enjoyed the film, even if you laughed, even if you cheered, even if you really enjoyed yourself while watching it, it usually doesn't stick with you. And of course, a lot of people blame short attention spans. And although I think that might be part of the problem, I don't think it is the problem. Because I do know quite a few people, even younger people, who still really remember older films. One of the best examples is The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is still a very widely talked about film, even amongst younger audiences, and that was almost 20 years ago. Yeah, I didn't realize that till I was about to make this video, but it was made in 2008, which means in 2 more years, that bitch turns 20. The obvious answer is that most modern films just aren't that good. But what does that even mean? Now, of course, there's a whole laundry list of reasons as to why that is, but for this video, there's one in particular I'm going to focus on because I do believe this is the main problem. Most modern films lack a setup with a payoff. What makes the setup with the payoff so important is that is what really draws us in and gets us emotionally invested. And we remember emotion more than words. And one of my favorite examples of a setup with a payoff is the No Man's Land scene from Wonder Woman. So Steve Trevor comes to Themyscira and he starts to tell them about World War I. And he starts to set up how terrible this is. He talks about how families are dying, how many people are involved, it's the war to end all wars, etc., etc. And then we actually see it. She comes with him and we see these towns that have been destroyed. We see these people who are suffering. We see these people with their limbs blown off. We see how terrible this war is. So they tell us how terrible it is, they show us how terrible it is, and then we get the payoff of her doing something about it. Now, the first part of this that really pulls on the emotion is the fact that it is a pure choice. When she's there in No Man's Land, she does not have to go across. In fact, Steve Trevor tells her not to. He says, no, we're gonna go around. A lot of superhero movies nowadays either has a very reluctant hero or the hero kind of gets backed in a corner where they don't really have much of a choice, whereas this is a clear choice, which makes it more heroic. Then the actual scene plays out very well. It starts out very slow, it's in slow motion. She blocks the one bullet, then things start to speed up a little bit. She starts to run a little faster, the music picks up. It's a great rising action. And this really gives us time to feel the emotion of it. We got the setup, we've seen how terrible it is, we're there, we're in it, and now it's just pulling us all the way in. Now this may seem like very basic stuff, and it actually is, but the sad truth is most films aren't really doing this anymore. Most modern films either start to set up something that either kind of gets forgotten about or lost or just doesn't have a very good payoff, or they try to just jump straight to the No Man's Land scene. Metaphorically speaking, of course. So despite people having shorter attention spans, I still have hope for the entertainment industry. I still think they could tell good stories that will be memorable, that will pull people in. They just got to put in the effort.